In today's video, I will be showing the build of my latest downhill racing custom, the Black Widow. This car will be headed out to Kelly Motor Speedway for Modified Madness. Please click on the link above to check out the Kelly Motor Speedway channel. This build consists of a combination of two different cars, the first being a Rodger Dodger. This one was kind of had a very poor restoration attempt in the past. I can't remember where I picked it up, but it does have a metal base, and we will be using this metal base with the body from a different car, which is a Dixie Challenger. This came out after the Rodger Dodger, but it used the exact same base as the Rodger Dodger. So this car has a plastic base, but we're going to swap the base with the cast metal base from the Rodger Dodger to give it a little bit more weight and keep the center of gravity a little bit lower. So we're going to take this one apart, and somebody had tried to glue it back together. Didn't work very well. Axles are obviously pretty crusty, so these wheels and tires will be removed, and we'll be replacing those with some axle tubes and a set of faster wheels. So let's start by drilling it apart. Okay, now that we've got the paint stripped from the body, let's take a look at the difference between the two bases. When I combine this with the plastic base, we're at 33.5 grams, but that raises it up to 49 with the metal base, so that's a nice little extra weight addition. So we're going to go with axle tubes on the metal base. These are 16th inch diameter tubes where the axle just slides inside. So what we've got to do is clear out a path to put the 16th inch diameter tube into the metal base. So here I'm just drilling it out so that we can just slide the tubes in. Now these will be inserted in as such, and they'll be trimmed off to just a hair outside of the width of the base itself, so that the wheels won't rub on the base, they'll just rub on the axle tube. So here's the pre-cut tubes installed and in place. You can see they're just slightly wider than the base. Now we're going to JB weld these in place and make sure that they're nice and level and even. Now I have to take a small sharp bit on my Dremel tool, and I'm going to mill a couple small pockets in the tube. These will be used as access points to glue the axles in. So now we're going to take one of our wheels and insert it into the tube, make sure that everything is fitting properly. You can see it's through the small opening there. But we don't want that to get right next to the tube, so what we're going to have to do is insert a small spacer between the wheel itself and the base. What I'm using is an actual card from a Hot Wheels car, which is about 20 thousandths thick. I also cut a slight slot in the card so that I can pull it out after the glue is dried. So what we'll do is insert these in like so, and then once everything's in place and the axle is tight against the wheel with the spacer in place, then we will glue everything with some gel, super glue, and baking soda to lock the axles in. Once that's dry, we just pull the cards out. That's why the little slot was in the end, so that they'll come out very easily. And once we're done here, we'll just check, make sure that everything is rolling correctly. Make sure the glue didn't go somewhere we didn't want it to, so everything's looking pretty good. And looks like the base is nice and level. So here I'm just checking to make sure that it's rolling good. Alright, now that we're done with that, we're going to lay down a gloss black coat on the body. Turned out pretty nice. We'll let that dry quite a bit before we attempt to put decals on. In the meantime, I'm going to make a custom windshield from a different car. I don't remember where I picked this up, but I found some clear red plastic and cut it and shaped it, and then JB welded it in place, and then added our decals to the car. This was before I JB welded it. Now after the weight is loaded, we're coming in at 99 grams, which is perfect. Class A for Kelly Motor Speedway is 100 grams or less, so we're right there at the limit. Please click like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.